How you doing, Joan?
There I am.
All right. That recording work out for you? The link I sent?
I haven't opened it yet. I see that I had it. So
Okay, very good. Like I said, there's a person that came on at the end there that wasn't on that list, so they were just part
yeah, I
of it.
probably have the name on my notes. So
And I guess you got the county resolution and all the information that we knew was coming. They just tabled it for the Dollar General stuff for till they get more information.
well, they met last night. The
Right.
board did. So I don't think I've got the resolution yet.
Marilyn said she was emailing it to you, so at least that's what you said in my email.
Why don't I have a video?
Gotta hit the camera at the bottom there.
I've got record, share screen, chat.
Keep going. Start video.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Well, that's a little better.
I think I'm just going to be in disembodied voice, if that's all right with you.
Yours just says Dan Egner.
Yep.
Where's your pretty face?
It's not so pretty tonight, so I'll just remain faceless, but I'll have my voice at the top. I'll tell Tim that
Incognito.
yeah, that's where I like it. To pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Are you shy by nature?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, I think my wife would say, no, there I am. So
there you are.
But yeah, I'll just do my little spiel like I did that planning board, and then I'll let Tim and you guys take over. So, and I'll go tell everyone, just like the president and the vice president tonight at their debate, if things get out of hand, I will mute you. So,
is that on tonight?
Yeah, it's on tonight, later on tonight.
Is Tanya going to be here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, she said today she might, so I didn't know.
I'm not sure if yep, I know she went home, so. Where do you live, Jode?
McGraw.
Okay, I think you told me that once. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. My husband was mayor here for 18 years.
Oh, okay. I've talked to the village clerk a few times at McGraw. I forget her name. She's contacted.
Lori Aiken.
Lori?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think
The treasurer's name is Joan.
Okay. Yeah, after the Village of Homer went from 2 to 4 years for their politicos, she was calling me. I think they did it. They're in the village too as well. Is the Village of McGraw 4 years now? Did they get that done?
I can't tell you. I think we just voted absentee, and it was to the trustees or 2 years.
I guess I thought they wanted to do that. Maybe they decided not to.
It's hard to get anybody over here to do anything. Serve as on a board.
Right.
Villages don't usually pay anything to their board members, but towns do.
Right.
The town of Cortlandville, you get, $250 for a planning board meeting. I think it's 150 for zoning
For every meeting?
per meeting.
Wow.
And a chair gets $50 more.
All right.
But Virgil, I think, pays theirs like $15 a meeting.
Mhm.
Yesterday was a big day around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. In the background behind me, you can probably see flowers
Mm-hmm.
on the table. I got roses in the kitchen. Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday,
Oh, well, congratulations. Happy birthday.
but it was a big, big birthday.
Okay.
It was 80.
80. Very good. Congratulations.
Well, at least I made it this far.
Yep. I'll be 53 November 10th. So,
I have our youngest son is a legislator, Kevin Fitch,
Hmm.
and he's 55.
okay.
I'm old enough to be your mother. That's terrible. I've been doing this since 1993.
Yeah.
I know it's been like Cortlandville, it's been 25, 26 years. And I do the town of Groton
All right.
and Virgil and Homer and Cortlandville.
And none of them, those guys are doing Zoom. They're all in person still.
Virgil, I has done one Zoom. What surprises me is Cortlandville, with all their business and stuff, they don't use Zoom. We meet in the water and sewer garage, which is a big space, so we're
Right.
all spaced out.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I like these Zoom meetings.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing this until further notice. We're no rush to get back into the boardroom at all.
Well, nothing is good here in Cortland County right now either.
Nope. Not at all. All right. I got 2 waiting, so I'll get these people in. Then I guess hopefully we'll get started here soon.
Well, there's Adam. It's got to be Daniel, even though it says Jessica.
Adam and Dan still waiting on all the rest. So hopefully they'll be here soon. I'm Dan Egner. I'm the village clerk. I don't know if I've ever met or talked to you guys before, but I'm just going to say a little spiel at the top and then I'll let you guys go start the meeting.
You don't have a quorum yet.
Nope. Well, here comes one more.
Now you have a quorum.
Hi there.
Hi, Noel.
Anyway,
Who's the phone? Is that Kevin?
It's the Reeds, Howard and Tammy, in case you need to know.
Yes, I need to know, so you get in a minute.
Okay, we're on.
So it's the Reeds, right?
Yep. Thank you.
You are Mr. Jeremy.
I am Bud Jeremy, yes. I'm not a mister.
Are you related to Charles Jeremy?
I am Charles Jeremy.
Well, I'm Joan Fitch.
I know, and I get emails from you often.
Yes, but I don't think I've ever seen you.
Well, there you are. I'm not much to see.
I wouldn't say that.
You're kind.
oh, before I forget, happy birthday, Joan, or a belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. You can see the flowers in back of me.
Oh, nice.
Happy belated
got
birthday.
I got roses. Yeah, it was the big one. At least I'm on this side of the grass.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I made it to 80, so
Good for you.
I'll keep working. There's nothing else to do. And I've got all my marbles, so that's all you need.
Yeah.
That's the best of all.
Okay, who is Trish?
You're muted.
Scott Walter is under Trish.
Okay, so you're the applicant. Okay.
Yes.
I have to put down who's attending, so if I need that. No, Dante's here. Who is Don?
It's Mr. Ferris.
Oh, Don Ferris, okay.
Hey, folks, this is Dan Egner, village clerk. He'll be hosting the meeting tonight. The illustrious chair is not here yet. Hopefully we'll be here in a few seconds. I just wanted to let everyone know that, of course, this is being recorded and that it will be streamed live on the village's YouTube page. And although I don't anticipate anything like the first presidential debate, but like tonight, the vice president and the president, I will mute you if things get out of hand. So just you are forewarned.
Dan, maybe we could have you for the next presidential debate as the moderator.
Be more than happy to do that. You guys want to give Tim a few more minutes, or do you want to switch to a interim chair for the time being? I thought he was going to join. I didn't hear anything that he wasn't.
Let me text him real quick here.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna join too.
Well, while we're waiting, I will make a public service announcement that the county is going to be getting assistance from the state for rapid COVID testing coming to the village tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be at the intermediate school here in Homer, and there's a couple other locations. I think Marathon, one of the other places I can't remember, but it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know, exciting news.
Is Kevin gonna be here? Or he is here?
Doesn't look like he is.
Who's the 5155?
Is that Kevin?
That's the Reeds, I think.
Oh, that's right. I just took that one down,
Oh, okay.
but no Kevin. And no Kim.
I thought he was going to be here tonight.
Texting with Tim right now. I think he might be on a different call in or something. I just sent him the number. I think he'll be here in a minute.
Scott, you're an Orange fan.
Yeah, it's my son's room.
Oh,
We are orange fans, though.
we gonna have any basketball games this year?
I'd be very surprised if it happens. All the Division III stuff, they've canceled all that already. SUNYAC, anyways.
It's gonna be a bad winter without that.
Yeah.
We're basketball fans, not football, but basketball. Nice stash, Adam.
Thank you, Joan. I don't get too many compliments on that. Thank you.
Another month and it's still there.
Yeah, it's on there.
Hey, you just got to wait till you got to get to November. Then it's No Shave November. And that's at least another month that you
all
got
set.
free.
Yeah. I think I see Tim's number just dialed in here.
Yep, looks like Tim's here. Hey, Tim, I've already briefed everyone. It's being recorded. You're streaming live, and you guys are good to go, whatever you want.
Let me know when you're ready.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes,
We got you, Tim.
Okay. Sorry, it was the wrong number. I put in the whatever number the last one I got, and I just Adam, you gave me the one to get in. Sorry. So,
Are you ready, Tim?
yep, call me to order at 6:35. It's 36. Is
I'll read the
Dante here? Dante?
Yeah, I'm here.
One of the questions we had, seeing as how we asked Scott to do a modification to this, do we have to have another public hearing?
No,
Since we already had one?
correct.
You held it and you closed it.
So what we need to do, well, I mean, this is the first time I've been involved in one that we had a meeting and extended it.
You go to your decision meeting.
Well, I'll start. I made some changes that the neighbors had asked for. One of the neighbors, I believe it was her suggestion that we lengthen the driveway because she didn't want to see the cars when she looked out the front lawn. So we're going to move it backwards.
Yep, Scott, we understand. Scott, we understand that. I got everything here. I just want to make sure we don't have to go through all the stuff and we can jump right to the our decision. I mean, that's what I am hoping for. I mean, I did all my homework. I did all the stuff I was told to do, and you did what you were supposed to do. I just want to briefly say that the driveway, first drawing was 10 feet wide by 35 feet in length. The new dimensions you presented in front of the board is 10 feet wide, 70 feet long, still giving you 25 feet to the neighbor's lawn. And everything I went through, and if I can, I don't know if we can do this correctly now, but at this time, I'm just going to make a motion to accept the new drawings and allow the second driveway.
Making a motion to accept the drawings? That's
He
unusual.
presented the drawings to the board, like he was asked to
Well,
do.
yeah, but he presented, everybody presents drawings to the board. You don't usually make a motion to accept them, so I'll do whatever you would like.
Well, then how do you word it? I'll make a motion to accept the new dimensions of the driveway. The driveway will be in 10
you
feet
make-
wide by length of 70 feet.
You make your decision on whether or not you approve or deny the variance as requested, and the as requested is what you have received, and it's filed on the record.
Do we not, so I see there's other people that dialed in here. Are we not opening it up for public comments and stuff tonight?
It's not a public hearing.
Okay.
That's up to the board.
You go through our balancing test again, or?
So it sounds like you want to accept the variance. Is that what I'm hearing Tim saying? Not the drawings, accept the variance?
You haven't gotten to that yet. You have to do your balancing test, Dante?
Correct, yeah. On motion from the chair, it looks like the board wants to consider the variance as revised. So the board will go into discussion on the variance and complete the.
So you want that motion that you're gonna consider it as revised?
Yeah, I believe that's what the chair wants, but he can correct me if not, but that's what I think that they're asking to do.
Who made the motion?
I made the motion. I'll take it.
I know, is that your voice, Tim?
Yes, Tim Maxon.
Well, you know your last name. Do you have a second?
Guess not.
I said nobody's gonna second you, Tim. I mean, to be honest, I was leaning the other way. I think I visited the property, and to me, it seems like there's more space in the back beside the garage that you could park cars back there. I know that there's no ideal solution for this problem. I mean, we need to fit 4 cars for this house somehow. But to me, that seems less intrusive and a better looking option. So I was leaning towards that there are other options that would be more desirable and have less impact on.
I think the issue with that though is that back neighbors voiced concern about cars being parked back there, and that's why we're trying to avoid that.
Yeah, so there's angry neighbors on all sides of this. I think that there's objections to putting the second driveway, and so there's objections to having cars in the back as well. The way I looked at it is that there was several objections to the front. There's a big fence back there, so it's not like there's going to be cars idling there. It seemed a better solution to me.
Adam, I took a bunch of pictures with all 4 cars parked back there. I'm gonna tell you right now, if there was an emergency back there, an ambulance would have a tough time getting to the steps to get a stretcher in there.
Tim, I'm talking.
Not that I'm a fireman or anything and notice stuff like that, but I'm looking at safety all the way around of everything. When that smallest car was actually the one parked between the garage and the steps, and there was hardly any room there. There's no way you can get that 4th car to be even out of there if the 3rd car was sitting there. I think if you went and put more in the backyard, you're taking away. That's a whole different ballgame now, because you have to read the book on how much backyard you have to have for the home, for the residence, and everything kicks to the side, and it goes. The way he drew the new design went right to the door, so they could pull their cars back to the door, so it's not even close to the street. Another concern when I was reading the letters is one of the last letter that came in was that in 1959 there was no problem with it. But I also did some history on it. In 1959, there were the people that owned it also shared their second driveway part was a grass driveway to the house that goes to 281. They have moved and they have new owners, so they are not allowed to use that grass anymore. And that was back when handshakes were the deal. In the other part of this, I'm going to throw out there, and probably has nothing to do with it, historical. There's no historical district or anything in the village of Homer that is written in law. So we can't use that as it's going to hurt the historical district or historical sites or whatever, because there's really nothing in law that says that it would tamper anything to do with that in the village of Homer.
Well, Tim, there's the zoning law that says 1 driveway per house. I'm not talking about historical district, but
well, it's 2 parcels per dwelling. We have 2 dwellings there now too.
So there's 4 spots. I agree that there's a conflict there. That existing driveway, as it sits, is going to violate the 4 parking spaces for the two dwellings. My suggestion is that to add parking beside the existing garage. I think there's plenty of yard that you would still have a lot of green space, and the cars could go back the same driveway they are and kind of wrap around and park beside the garage as it is today. I think
are there any required setbacks for that parking or driveway from the back of the lot line?
Dante, I think they would have to point that question at you. I don't know myself.
May I say something? If you put 25 cars in the back, you put a huge parking lot driveway. If there's 1 car in the single car driveway, nobody's getting out. So you defeat the whole purpose, because I know the letter here from 1959 says it's a 2-car wide driveway, but it's a single car wide driveway, so nobody would be able to get out. Safety is the concern. Always is.
Is anyone allowed to speak?
Technically, I'm going to say no. It's the public hearing we don't have a public hearing. So this is the board should be discussing this.
That's why I asked. I'm sorry.
You had your public hearing last meeting.
I just have a big concern, Adam, with where the back step is to the garage. There's no way you can get the cars parked there. You can't drive around it. There's no space in the back at all. We're in a tough situation. I'm not going to argue with you or argue that situation, but I feel for safety of all the residents in that house. If you got 4 residents in there, they'll put the second driveway on the other side, and you got 2 cars to be parked in the back side there. They can both easily get out, and the 2 cars on the east side will be able to get out. But I'm one person and one vote.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't see how it's going to, decrease property values at all, as people have been concerned about, or the aesthetics of the house at all. And as far as Tim's going with the safety issue, I agree. I mean, there's got to be a way to get in and out of there, and to have a second driveway would alleviate that issue completely. Dante, what are the setbacks for parking and driving on the rear line?
I couldn't hear that question.
What are the rear setbacks or setbacks for the rear lot line for parking or driveways and the side lot?
On the what lot? The second lot?
Like if you were to, Adam's saying he's saying that they should put a parking area along the rear site, along the rear lot line. Are there any setbacks to those requirements? Are there any requirements for setbacks if you were to put it back there?
Just a parking area, no structure?
Yep.
I think that would just be the 20 feet.
Yeah, so I mean, you put that 20 feet, now you can't park against that back thing, and now you're in the middle of the yard. You're on mute, Adam.
Hold on 1 second. Let me look up the code. I should have looked that up before I answered it.
Adam, you're on mute.
Thank you. No matter what path we choose, we're going to be giving a variance for something. There's no way to fit extra parking without some sort of variance, I think.
I see that, and I agree with that. But the fact of the matter is this isn't the second driveway on a house in the village of Homer. I mean, I drove around and they're everywhere. So, I mean, it's not like you're setting a precedent that this is the only one or the first one. There's 50 or 60 of them just from driving around, you can see.
So for parking areas, they have to have a 10 feet minimum rear yard depth. That's in 22812-8.
And what about from the side yard?
It's the same, 10 and 10, side and back.
I agree that there are other second driveways, but I don't think that it looks good. And if we want to allow second driveways, then we should have different zoning laws.
Not that it probably makes a difference, but you're right, Adam. The problem we have is we're this generation. These laws were made back 30, 40 years ago when they probably weren't even thinking about 2-family houses in the village of Homer. And now they're spouting up all over the place, and they're not changing the zoning to meet the criteria for the houses. And actually about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, they were supposed to have a big meeting and start going over the zoning book and start doing changes like that. And that just fell to the wayside too, but that's not our concern right now.
Pat, was that you that just sent a chat out for that? I think there's a public, so the agenda does have the section C that does have a public comment section. according
For
to
the,
minutes.
yeah, I'm looking at the agenda, meeting notice for today. Variance requested. A is the explanation of request. B is questions, if any, from board members. No public comment. C is public comments, no board comments. D, close the public hearing. E, the decision. So on the agenda, it says that there is a public comment.
That's written in error too.
This is just a reconsideration of the applicant's previous one. There's no public hearing again.
No.
It's just board comments, board decision.
Okay,
If the chair wants to hear public comments, that would be the chair's right, but.
I just want to make sure we address that because it is, if the meeting notice is an error on that, then we need
Yes,
to address
those,
it.
it was a copy from the agenda from before.
Okay, thank you.
Noel, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it looks like you'd be the deciding vote however we go. And we could have a vote.
Well, so I did, obviously I reviewed what was submitted and I was fine with the amendments that were made from the last meeting. However, I'm not sure, is there a way now, knowing that there's 10-foot setbacks, is there a way to put the driveway back further if there's, if the aesthetics are better situated for having the vehicles park in the back?
So my point would be that, and again, I'm not saying you guys are wrong to think the way you guys are thinking. I understand that a second driveway is a viable solution to the problem, but
Right.
in my view, it looks like parking back there beside the garage would be better. And we're going to be giving a variance to have a second driveway, or we could have a variance to have to alleviate the 10-foot setback where they could park right beside that fence in the backyard.
Right.
So my thinking is that is the better solution, but I'm not saying I'm right, but that's my thinking. But if you guys, we could have a vote. And
I'm not going to pick on King Street, but it seems like the only people on King Street, the only ones that don't want people parking in the front lawn. They ought to drive around all over the village because my driveway only goes to the front of my house. Every driveway in this neighborhood goes to the front of the house. So when you drive around Burgett Drive, for example, every vehicle that's owned here, if it's not parked in the garage, is in front of the house. And I haven't heard one person on Burgett Drive call me up and say, can we get our driveways put in the back of the house because we don't want cars in the front because we don't like to look at cars? The complaints I'm hearing, I'm listening to everybody's complaint, but some of them just make no sense to me at all. But like I said, this is only my opinion. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for anybody else because I don't know where anybody else lives and where they park their vehicles. But Adam, your street, I tried it when I worked for the Village of Homer sweeping it. You can't sweep the street because every car there is parked on the street.
not overnight.
They don't even park their driveways. So I'd rather have them off the street and on the side of the house than on a street where they can't even work on the street during the daytime when you want to. And like I said, I'm going to act on the thing of here. I went and took pictures of all 4 cars parked there, and there is no room from that concrete block step there to the garage when one car is parked there, unless you park it east and west. And then now you just took up 2 spots. We we asked Scott to get, to think about what he wanted to do. He sat down and worked with Kevin, and I believe, Kevin and Dan talked and I met with Kevin on the whole thing, and he went back 70 feet compared to 35 feet, and let's put the cars back quite a ways into the side, in the side of the house.
I agree. I mean, he's made changes that made it better than it was when it started. And so I can understand where you're coming from. It's just, I don't think you're going to convince me that that's the best solution.
Is Tim on? Or is it just the four of us?
Just the four of us.
I don't want to leave somebody out. I mean, that's all.
Just need a majority vote on this, right, Dante?
You would need 3 votes, 3 yes votes to pass the plan.
Dante, they have to do the balancing test?
Yep, before they vote, they should do that test. And I don't think we've done anything with seeker either. You guys should declare it a type 2 action that doesn't require anything else, unless you did that at last meeting, and I can't. I'm not sure about that.
I don't remember. We should do it again.
No, but is this a type 2 action?
It is exactly
I'll put it
right,
in
John.
the-
It's a type 2 action, so they just need to
Okay.
put that in the final resolution.
You guys at least go through the
Yeah.
balancing test.
This is a use variance. I have the questions, if you want me to do that.
Any more discussion before she does it?
I personally think the easiest way to do it is just to put the second driveway in. I mean, it's the least intrusive, and it solves all the issues.
So, but extending out to the back is still a second driveway though, right? We're not talking about extending, just so I get this right. We're not talking about extending the existing driveway to the back, correct?
Correct.
Let me share my screen. And I'll kind of show what I think are the 2 options we're talking about here.
Because when Adam, when you were talking, I thought it was just moving that proposed second driveway back further in the backyard.
Can you guys see my screen now? Sorry, Noel, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. Thanks.
Okay. So this is the main street here. Yep. This is the front of the house.
Yep.
This is the existing driveway that goes back with the garage here.
Right.
The proposal tonight was to add a second driveway here.
Correct.
That extended back. There's a second set of stairs back here.
Correct.
Maybe show his drawing that showed that. What I'm suggesting is that this space here beside the garage
right.
should be used as additional parking. Maintain the same driveway. So the proposal before the board today is about this second driveway here.
Right.
You can't get out.
Is there enough room between the garage and the side lot to be able to put 4 cars in there, or no? What's the legal size of a parking spot?
10 by 16, I believe.
That's what was suggested, but I don't know if they ever confirmed that. Dante, do you know?
Not offhand. That's a code question. My thought was it's 10 by 20, but I don't know.
So it's approximately 10 feet wide is what we're saying. How much space is there between the garage and the side lot?
This drawing shows 72 feet is their back lot line.
And how big is that garage?
The writing on here is illegible.
see
I
it
don't
very
know.
Hold on, I can look it up online here. Garage is,
It's all blurry on mine.
it's about 25 feet. So that's going to give you, that's not going to provide enough room to put 4 parking spots between the edge of the driveway and the garage. Either that or one of the parking spots is going to have to be right against the garage, and then no one would be able to get out of the vehicle.
Right.
So there's not enough room to put 4 spots across the back.
I mean, the garage itself counts for parking as well. So I mean, if you could only fit 3 parking spots beside the garage, then the garage itself would count as the 4th spot. If not 2 spots. I'm not sure how big the garage is, but.
Paper says it's a 2-car garage, but when you go measure it, it's only can fit a car and a half. Today's cars, that is.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure. It's not clear to me that there is another option other than what's being proposed, I guess.
And to go back as far as safety, I understand, you know, you can get 4 cars back there, but I mean, everyone knows that people come to visit their house, you know, and if you have 1 visitor there, then that driveway's blocked, you know what I mean? And then we're back to the safety issue again. I mean, it's not like you're only going to ever have 4 vehicles in the driveway. You know, if they have someone over to visit, then that's blocking the driveway. You can't put more spots back there.
Same with my house. I mean, if anybody parks in my driveway, then all the other.
Right, but you live in a single family home. You don't have two different units or family groups or different tenants living there that have to get in and out.
Yep. Certainly complicates it. I agree.
Well, if there's no more comments, can we move to have Joan read our questions?
Yes.
Who's going to record them so that you can sign it? Guess maybe you don't have to sign it, so I'll just read them and put them in the minutes.
Thank you.
And this is the use variance, right? Dante? Dante?
Yes. Sorry, I was muted.
Variance?
Yes, Joan.
Okay. Number 1, has the applicant demonstrated that they cannot realize a reasonable return and the lack of a return is substantial and has been demonstrated by competent financial evidence? I'll read what it says in the beginning. It says, no use variance will be granted without a showing by the applicant that applicable zoning regulations and restrictions have caused unnecessary hardship. The following tests must be met for each and every use allowed by zoning on the property, including uses allowed by special use permit. And then I read you the first statement. The answer is either yes or no.
They have demonstrated that. I mean, they need 4 parking spaces and they currently don't have them, so there is that hardship.
I agree.
Yes.
So you all four, you all are yes.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2, has the applicant demonstrated that the alleged hardship relating to the property in question is unique and does not apply to a substantial portion of the district or neighborhood?
Yes.
Yes.
I would say yes.
All yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
Number 3, has the applicant demonstrated that the requested use variance, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the neighborhood?
Well, I'm pretty sure we're all gonna agree that it's going to, so
I would say no, but it's going to.
yeah, no.
You could
Right, I would
argue
say
there
no.
are other second driveways there, but
Right.
makes it okay.
Adam?
I say that no, I think it will affect the character.
I'm gonna call you back, I'm gonna meet.
Dan?
No.
Noel?
No.
So you're all no.
Yep.
Number 4, has the applicant demonstrated that the alleged hardship has not been self-created?
Well, that's a tough
Yeah.
one.
The house was a 2-family when he purchased it, so I don't think he created it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say yes.
Well, says
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I meant no, right? It was existing. Sorry. I was.
Yeah.
agreeing with-
Well, it's worded that he demonstrated that it is not, so it's a strange question. I think
Yes.
no means that he didn't create this, right, Joan?
Has the applicant demonstrated that the alleged hardship has not been self-created?
Oh, yes, he demonstrated that.
yes.
You're all yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it. There's just the 4.
Find my papers.
So Dan or Tim, I think you would make a motion to approve it as requested.
I'm gonna word this correctly, so Dante, stop us and correct us, I'd like to make a motion that we, allow the variance with the altercation, what's what I'm looking for?
It's grant the variance.
Grant the variance with the, I don't know how to correctly,
As requested.
yes.
Yeah, I second that motion.
Just a minute. Just to grant the variance as requested? Use variance.
Well, with, I mean,
Hard test and put seeker in there too.
I missed what he said.
You guys also need to declare it a type 2 action under seeker.
I can put that, we can put it right in one motion if you want.
If that's acceptable to the chair, that would be the easiest thing for him to do.
Yep. Yes.
Declaring it a type 2 action under secra and you're granting the variance, the use variance as requested, as your motion is.
But we have to make sure it's the proposal he already made one and oh my God.
Amended that first proposal.
Amended it, yeah, he amended the proposal, so we need to make a motion, we accept his amendment.
70-foot depth one, Tim.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The one with 70-foot depth is what you want.
Yes, yes. It was, what did I say, it was 10 feet by 70 foot.
With the driveway being 70 foot in depth?
Yes, it'd be 10 feet wide by 70 foot in depth.
Okay, I've got that in your motion. Who made the motion?
Tim and Dan seconded it.
I know it was a man's voice, so was it Tim?
Tim made it,
Tim.
Dan seconded it.
Adam, you second it?
Dan seconded it.
Dan second it. Okay.
All in favor of the motion? Dan,
Yeah.
Noel,
Yes.
Adam,
Nope.
and I'm a yes.
What were you, Adam?
No.
I said no.
Tim?
Yes.
Okay, you got your majority.
We have to approve minutes or anything from the last meeting?
Yes, you do. August 27th.
Motion to approve the minutes from August 27th?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yeah.
I'd like to make one more motion before we adjourn tonight. So there's no conflict. I'd like to make a motion that the ZBA board meeting is on the fourth Thursday of the month as needed, not the last. So we don't run into the problem we just ran into this month.
Okay, because it's always, the last time you did it, it was the last one,
Yep.
so we're changing
Yep.
it to the 4th.
Yeah, I'd like to make that a motion with the fourth Thursday, so we're
At a time,
at 6:30
okay,
PM
as needed,
as needed.
okay?
That'll be Thanksgiving next month.
I think we run into it a couple times. That's when Tanya actually sent the thing out that, Dan, if we do run into this problem, we try to switch it around due to the holidays. But I think it's only Christmas, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I think, is the ones that bother us.
Yep.
You
So,
can
but we have the right to,
You can always.
we have the right to. What's that?
You can always move your meeting that,
Right.
yeah. You've got a motion, I need a second.
I can second.
Thank you.
All in favor of the motion? Dan?
Yeah.
Adam?
Adam, what'd you say? You're muted.
I'm on mute. Yes.
Okay,
Noel?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. 4 yeses.
okay.
That's all I have.
You need a motion to adjourn. That's the only motion you need.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
All in favor?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Excellent. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.